Hello everyone, Kiwi Christian here, all the way in lovely New Zealand. I hope you're having a very blessed day. I think for most of you it would be Sunday. Over here in New Zealand it is Monday. It is Monday at 1 o'clock on the 5th of the 10th, 2020. Now, before I take my well-needed beauty sleep, or nap, because I'm a bit of an old man, I thought I'd just do another short video. Now, along with Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons are taught that they are allowed to lie, or in other words, be deceitful or devious when they are asked questions that they're not programmed to answer, or that are embarrassing. If you want proof of this, you just need to look on YouTube for Lying for the Lord by Bob Millet. I don't know how to spell his name, M-I-L-L-E-T or I-T, I think it'll be M-I-L-L-I-T, Bob Millet, or M-I-L-I-T. Anyway, Lying for the Lord, and that will show you him teaching missionaries how to answer, or how not to answer, I should say, difficult questions. He instructs them instead to answer the question that the person should have asked. So you ask this question, and they will answer this question, instead of going to that question. So I've been doing this with the Jehovah's Witnesses as well, and that's been getting a few views, so I really appreciate your views. Sometimes I get a bit down thinking, oh, I've only got a few subscribers and I'm not getting many views, but if I can reach just one person with the truth, then it's all worthwhile. No glory or pride or honor to me whatsoever. Now, I'm doing this one slightly different. On here, I've got my crawler set up for questions regarding Mormonism. I've also got my WordPad open, which I use. I have all my information, all my quotes that I use often. It saves me having to retype them. Okay, so I do have a bit of a sore throat, so do forgive me. I've had it for a couple of months now. Yuck, 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 yuck. Whew, that'll wake you up in the morning. Okay, so let's go, shall we? Questions on Quora. Where is my Quora gone? There you are. Okay, now I'm just looking through for some that I am able to answer. This one might be a good one. As a Hebrew-speaking Jew who reads and understands biblical Hebrew, and who reads and studies Tanakh in Hebrew, do the Israelites in the Book of Mormon show the expected learning of the Jews? I am not a Hebrew-speaking Jew, so I actually probably won't answer this, but basically the language that the Book of Mormon was supposedly written in is called Reformed Egyptian. Reformed Egyptian, and I've got my Book of Mormon here with the Pearl of Great Price and Doctrine and Covenants. If you want to learn what Mormons believe, do not read the Book of Mormon. It doesn't teach Mormon beliefs. You will find those in their other works, such as Many Gods, God being a polygamist, God having sex with Mary in order to produce Jesus. I'm just trying to find a picture of this apparently Reformed Egyptian. I thought it was in here. I marked this in the calendar. I was wrong. Strange. Anyway, Basically, the language was apparently Reformed Egyptian. Joseph Smith copied a bit, gave it to, I think it was David Whitmer, one of his friends or family, to take to the University of Columbia, I believe, to a Professor Charles Anthon to verify. And Whitmer said that Professor Anthon had said, yes, these are true characters, more correct than any else. See, it's not just okay for Mormons, for the Book of Mormon to be right. It's got to be it's got to be more right. It's got to be, just that little bit higher. And I believe it's in the Book of Mormon about, excuse me, squeaky floorboards, about Professor Anthon. I could be wrong. I don't think it's here, which is good. They've gotten rid of it. They used to say, sorry guys, they used to say that, they used to admit that Professor Charles Anthon, had sort of given the Book of Mormon the thumbs up, saying, yes, this is a proper language. But the problem is, they lied. Professor Charles Anthon wrote a public letter saying that the claims of Joseph Smith and the Mormon Church that he had read and translated some of these characters and said that they were true is perfectly false. So they lied about Charles Anthon. So yeah, I don't think I will answer that one because I can't answer it honestly. Now, here's an interesting one here. I've already answered it. In the LDS Church, is someone who holds a priesthood, like the Aaronic priesthood, considered a priest or a priesthood holder? Now, I do have another document here. I wonder if I can put it up. Bear with me, guys. It will be worth it. Joseph Smith's claims examined. Let's see if I can actually add this on the fly. I think I can. Bear with me. I haven't gone away. Where are we? I think I've done the wrong thing. Where am I? There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I have really mucked up. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, the priesthood. The Mormons hold to two priesthoods that they say was lost, and that it is only through these priesthoods that they have restored. Yep, here we go. Okay, I'm just going to read a bit out. But the thing is that these two priesthoods, the Aaronic and, which is ironic, the Aaronic and the Melchizedek priesthoods, basically they are just two invalid priesthoods. Now the Bible speaks of three priesthoods. The Aaronic, yes, the Melchizedek, and the royal priesthood of all believers. Now, the Aaronic priesthood consisted of priests and a single high priest. It was instituted by God in the Old Testament to be a mediator between God and man, with the high priest offering sacrifices for the sins of the people. Hang on, I'm getting there. Okay. Isn't this fun? No. There we go. Two invalid priesthoods. Okay, where are we? We are... there. Okay. This priesthood was made obsolete with the death of Christ on the cross, since he was the last sacrifice for sin and the new mediator between God and man. Neither the Bible nor church history records the existence of the Aaronic priesthood in the New Testament Christian church. Now get this, guys. Any attempt to restore this priesthood shows contempt for Christ's sacrifice. Now, the Melchizedek priesthood was unique. The Bible records it as being held by only two people, Melchizedek in the Old Testament and Jesus Christ in the New Testament. Now, it was only ever held by one person at a time. Okay, it's not a universal one, it's one person at a time. No evidence exists of any other person holding this priesthood. Paul Trask writes, every reference in the Bible to a Melchizedek priesthood is in reference to a specific and unique ministry which Jesus Christ alone fulfills as God's chosen means of salvation for his people. Now, since Jesus lives forever to make intercession for us, then he can't pass it on to anyone else, this Melchizedek priesthood. He holds it inviolate. You can't violate it, you can't take it away. So it's very interesting that the Mormons concentrate on the Melchizedek priesthood, which they can't have because Jesus has it. They can't have the Aaronic priesthood because that was Old Testament. They totally miss the royal priesthood of all Christian believers. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, okay, let's tackle this one, my friends. Is Nahum, who really never existed, there we go, in the Book of Mormon, the best evidence that the God of the Bible actually, well, you actually have a number of false presuppositions. You presuppose that the God of the Book of Mormon is the same God as the God of the Bible. Just like some idiots think that Allah is the God of the Bible. It's completely rubbish. Oh, that's an interesting question. We might have that. No, there is no evidence of anything in the Book of Mormon being true. They haven't found any archaeology. They haven't found anything that is mentioned in there. I've written an answer for that one, so we won't go into that one. So, yeah, basically that's a non sequitur. It doesn't make sense. It's, the God of the Book of Mormon is one God among many gods. He was once a man who lived on another planet who had to earn his way to become God the Father by obeying the laws and ordinances of his God the Father, who was once a man and lived on another planet, and on, ad infinitum, ad nauseum. Right. I don't think there's any reference to Nahum. There's no evidence that this person ever existed. Okay, what do we know about Fanny Alger? She was about 14 or 15 when Joseph Smith married her. So he's doing a bit better than Muhammad, who married a 6-year-old. But still, we know what people like that would be called today. What's inside Mormon temples? Satan. No, sorry. You have a baptismal font held up by oxen, brass or copper oxen. You have different rooms where they can perform their secret ceremonies. Why do LDS think it's important to follow the prophet? And will they do anything he says to do? And then what about what past prophets have said that nowadays are considered offensive? Are those things still canon? Interesting. I don't know why they think it's important to follow a prophet, except that they think prophets represent Jesus Christ on earth, when in fact it's the Holy Spirit that does it. They totally miss out, and let's have a look. They totally fail to look at Hebrews 1:1 to 1:2. God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. No more prophets for today, guys. Sorry, we don't need him. Mormons say that a living prophet trumps a dead prophet. So once a prophet dies, whatever a new prophet says, even if it contradicts the old prophet, what the new prophet says is valid. So that would mean that the current prophets of the Mormon Church are more authoritative than Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, James, Ezekiel. Unbelievable. This is the main reason Mitt Romney lost his presidential election, because people hate members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's a very ignorant question. I think people hate the doctrines of the Mormon Church. I don't think they hate the people. Again, blame, the victim, playing the victim. What is Mormonism? Is it another denomination of Christianity? Have I answered that? It sounds like something I would answer, yes. It's an interesting question, and for that, let's go to my WordPad document. which I have already got an answer for. Here we go. Mormonism says that there are many gods, that you can become one. They say Jesus and Satan are brothers. They say Jesus did not make atonement on the cross alone. I should adjust that. Alone. They say God the Father was once a man who had to earn his way to become a god. They say you must learn secret handshakes and passwords and wear special underwear in order to live with God the Father when you die. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints teaches that all human beings, male and female, are beloved spirit children of heavenly parents, a heavenly father and a heavenly mother. What does all this mean? It means that in no way can Mormonism be classed as Christian. No way whatsoever. Oh, that's a bit better. Sorry, I hadn't, yeah. So, yeah, no. It is not just another branch of Christianity because it denies pretty much all the Christian teachings. Has Joseph Smith performed any miracles or made any revelation to the brethren since 1844? When did he die? Well, no, he died. He was murdered. He did. He did try to walk on the water. Very interesting story. He told people that he was going to walk on the water. So, was it another day or later on that day? Anyway, they all went down to the lake and they saw him walking on the water. Amazing. His feet just coming down about an inch or two below the surface. Wow. Later on, he repeated the miracle, and it was discovered that he had laid a bridge of boards just underneath the water. But some boys had taken away the last few boards. So here's this prophet walking on the water, next minute falling flat on his face. Oh, I wish I'd been there. But no, Joseph Smith is dead and in hell right now, waiting for the final judgment, where he will be thrown into the lake of eternal fire. Oh no. Do LDS... Oh, sorry, here we go. Do LDS members believe other members of other types of Christianity will go to the celestial level of heaven? No! Only good Jehovah's Witnesses who have a temple recommend and who remember their passwords and handshakes will go to the upper level. See, Mormonism have misinterpreted the three heavens spoken of in the Bible. See, here we go. Now, the Bible clearly explains the three heavens. Can you guys see that? Yeah. The Hebrew word for heavens is shemayim. It is a plural form meaning heights or elevations. The first heaven is the Earth's atmosphere. The second heaven is outer space. The third heaven is God's dwelling place. So when a Christian dies, they do not go to the atmosphere, they do not go to outer space, they go to the third heaven, God's dwelling place. So all this 3 levels of heaven, as explained by Mormonism, is complete nonsense. Okay. I don't know why this is in the Mormon forum. Do Muslims pray to prophets? Not as far as I know. Neither do any Christians. The Catholics do, but they are very far from Christianity. Okay. Well, I think we'll just do a couple more, if that, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay. As a Latter-day Saint, given that saints are historically venerated by commoners, do you see yourself as superior to non-saints? That's a good question that I might answer. Only Catholics venerate saints. Now, the Bible says that all Christians are saints. So that's really a non sequitur. The Mormon religion does cater to the male ego quite a lot. Priests, high priests, multiple wives, eternal sex to populate your planets. I'm a high priest. I have, I go to the temple. So it's very egocentric. I remember Night Court. What's that? Right, that there is breaking the second commandment, not to make an image of anything. And yet it's showing Jesus with long hair. Jesus did not have long hair. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, why do Mormons have missionaries if basically everyone is going to heaven? Yeah, Mormons believe that basically everyone's saved to one degree or another. Either the lowest, the middle, or the highest. Hi, David. How are you? So, yeah, Mormons say that everyone's saved to one point or another. That's, of course, complete nonsense according to the Bible. And yeah, basically they want. So why do they have missionaries? Because they want to get your tithes. They want to get your money, like most religions do, and they believe that you can become a god of your own planet, which is good to any human. I get to be a god of my own planet. Do I look like a god? No, it's ridiculous. Probably quite the opposite. Okay, maybe one more, and then, sorry, David, I am going. I'm not having a good couple of weeks. How do you know if the Church of Jesus Christ is true? That's a very good question. Ask questions. and make sure they answer the questions. Don't let them divert onto other questions until they've answered your questions. And do not believe that, they will tell you the truth. Mormons are instructed that it's okay, to lie. So check everything out, guys. Okay? I ask one or two questions to the Mormon, and this is very good. You simply ask the Mormon, has God the Father always been God the Father? Don't say God, say God the Father. That's all you need to ask them, and they will answer one of two or three ways. They will answer yes, which is a complete lie. They will answer no, which proves that they are not Christian. Or three, they will say, well, he's always been my God the Father. Okay, so that third answer, you're not actually answering the question. I didn't ask, has God the Father always been your God the Father? I didn't ask that, you idiot! I say in love. Has God the Father always been God the Father? And if they say no, you say, oh, so God the Father was not as we are now, and is an exalted man who sits enthroned in yonder heavens, who Joseph Smith said it was the first principle of the gospel to know for certain the character of God, yea, that he was once like us, and dwelt as a man on another planet, who had to earn his way to become God the Father. So either way, if they answer either of those three questions, you've just proven to them that they are anti-Christian. Okay, simple. Okay. I might see if there's just any other random questions that I can actually answer. Let's have a look. Where are we? There we go. That's better. Why can't Mitt Romney be kicked out of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for his constant criticism of Trump and voting to convict Trump? It is obvious he was bought by the deep state, which is a violation of his religion. I don't know why everyone is so against Trump. Sorry, David, I'm pretty sure he's not your flavour of the month. Okay, convict him of what? Where's all this evidence? Okay, the Russians, rigged the elections. Prove it. Trump said something, decades ago that some people today find offensive. Oh, for crying out loud, guys, get thicker skin, grow a backbone, move on, you idiots. For Mormons, is kissing and only kissing before marriage allowed before marriage? Well, it depends on what you're kissing. Sorry, that was very inappropriate. I don't think they're allowed to even do that. What are the best boots and hats for Latter-day Saints on Trek? Oh, gosh. Oh, yes. This is an interesting tale. Are you there, David? Why hasn't the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day... Oh, gosh. So long-winded, isn't it? Why hasn't the Mormon Church called an excommunication court against the Monson fraud case prosecutor Tom Phillips. Someone brought a case against President, Apostle, Prophet, Seer, and Revelator Thomas Monson for lying about the Book of Mormon. Good on them. Good on them. And now they want to excommunicate the case prosecutor. Why? Let's have a look why. See, this is brilliant. Disaffected British Mormon take. You see, decades ago, when I became involved with Mormonism, well, I didn't sort of become involved, sorry. When they started knocking on my door, I was told a completely different first vision story than I did today, or than I do today. They completely lied. I was told that I was just told so many things that are just completely different today. Why do so many? Oh, this is not necessarily Mormon answers. Anyway, why do so many pastors preach that Christians should tithe? Because they're on the payroll, and that's their income, and they've got to get their money in. Pastors are not for today any more than apostles and prophets are. Can I pray to Jesus for something if I'm a non-Christian? Of course. Just don't always expect an answer in the affirmative. I'm a Christian. Should I date and eventually marry a non-believer? No. Is it a sin? Yes. You are not to be unequally yoked with someone. And don't marry someone who is not a believer and you're thinking, oh, I'll bring them around. I'll try and convert them later. It won't work. We are to be separate. We are not to marry non-believers. So I hope that's been interesting for you. If there's any questions you have, or comments or criticisms, let me know. Either send a chat message or email me at calvarystudy